Good morning, everybody. I told you guys I'd be here early, honey. I'd be here early. Good morning. Hey, what's up, schoolboy? Hey, boo. Make sure you guys are getting your Black Girl Vitamins right here. Go to blackgirlvitamin.co and put in discount code ReallyBTV. It's real easy to remember, ReallyBTV. And I want to thank you to everybody who has already ordered. There have been a few people that put in orders. There have been people visiting the website, and it is much appreciated. As always, I thank you guys for your support. So let's get ready to get into the things. Got a few things I want to talk to you guys about before I get out of here. Let me take this off the screen. All right, good morning. All right, yeah. So listen, I'm gonna apologize in advance. My intention was to have some content ready to upload on the ReallyBTV review channel. I was gonna have some retro stuff. Baby, I just ain't had time. I'm just gonna go ahead and call a thing a thing. It has been crazy, me trying to just get stuff together and doing, things. So the backup channel gonna be dry until I get back. Ain't nothing I can do about it at this point. I can't make no videos before I leave, and I ain't got the time. But over here, you guys, yes, you need to order. What's the link? Okay, hold on. Let me get you guys. It is, if you go to blackgirlvitamins.co, I believe it is. And then discount code ReallyBTV. There you go. Really, I'm mad at you. You lied and said you were 51. I know you're 41. Girl, I wish, but thank you, boo. I wish I could go back to 41. I would definitely do some things differently. Okay. But thank you, boo. Thank you. So let me pin that while I'm here. Let me pin that since I already put that in the chat. And let's get ready to get into some things. My sister's supposed to be here at 12:30 to get me, honey. So I have a few minutes to hang out with y'all before I get out of here. Child, let me go into my I'm all packed up and ready to go. Got everything straight. I done packed my bag, my book bag. I got my ID and my passport and all that good stuff. Put something on replay over there to keep yourself in the algorithm. That's what I'm saying, Cindy. I don't have anything to put on. I don't have anything to put on. You mean like put something old? No, I'm not. No. Because so here's the thing. I still have to edit it, right? In order for you to put it on, okay, so I know other content creators, they re-upload stuff and all that kind of stuff. You still have to do something different to it so it looks like it's a new video. I don't have time for all of that. You know what I'm saying? I am leaving today. Hey, Andrea. Thank you, Drea Living Life, for the gifted membership. Thank you, my love. Let me see who got the membership. And if you were one of the people that got the membership, please again, say thank you in the chat. Congratulations to Tanya McNeil for getting the gifted membership. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tracy Boo. Yeah, so in order for me, because that was the problem I had on the backup channel, on the sister channel, I won't call it the backup channel, the sister channel. That's why I had to delete all of those videos, because my monetization wasn't going through, because even though they were my videos that I uploaded from one channel to the next, because I didn't do anything different, I just downloaded them from one channel and uploaded them to the other channel. It was showing up that it was looking like I was stealing people's content, even though it was my content. And all I had to do was like add an intro or, do something to it so that it looked like a different video. But anyway, with that being said, I wish I could just take some videos and just upload them over there. I should have experimented with that, because now that, I don't know, neither here nor there, I ain't got time to fool with it today. because I don't want to upload something today and then YouTube kicks it back, or there's something I have to respond to and I can't get to it from where I am. So anyway, but when I get back, the good news is if you go live, do it on both channels. Now that's a good idea, Tracy. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. That's smart. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But the good news is when I get back, we will have some good content to put over there. When I get back, we have Reasonable Doubt, which comes on Hulu. I will be reviewing that. The Family Business will be back. Love and Marriage Huntsville will be back. Love and Marriage Detroit starts in September. Something else starts in August. There's another show that I review that starts in August. Brexit Family Values, I'm on the fence with, but if I do review that, it'll be over there. So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff coming on that channel when I get back. Bunch of stuff coming. Okay. Bel Air, you know what, Schoolboy? Thank you, boo. I do Bel Air, but I don't do it on this channel. I do it over on the second half of Power comes back in September. I do Bel Air with TSF Entertainment, but you're right. I do, and maybe I'll stream it on both channels. Maybe I'll see if they'll be cool with me streaming it on my channel, and then that way I can do it on both channels. Okay. So yeah, we got some content coming when I get back. So, but that was a good idea, Tracy. When I go live, I'll just go live on both channels, so that'll keep some content. And then when I get back, I can always just private those videos or something like that. Okay. Hi to the people as you guys are coming in. Hi to the people. Let's get into it, because a couple of things I need to go over with you is going to take a little bit of time. So let's get into it. Hey, Ginger Snaps. I like that name, Ginger Snaps. Please review the new Matlock just to compare. I'm not. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not, because I don't think I'm going to like it. I just don't think I'm going to like it. And it's hard to do. I told y'all it's hard to do scripted shows like that. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it. I told you when I saw the trailer, because remember, Matlock, the new Matlock was supposed to come out last year. And I guess because of the writer's strike or something, it got pushed back a year. I don't like it. I don't like the concept of it. Matlock is going to be coming on CBS. Yeah. But speaking of reboots, we'll get to reboots in a minute. Let's get through a couple of these things first. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these things out the way. Marcus Jordan, the son of Michael Jordan, most of you guys may or may not know him as a result of dating Larsa Pippen down to the Real Housewives of Miami. Well, baby, they got him pictures of him allegedly putting something in his nose via a snort. Okay, now I don't know what that man was doing. I don't know what that man was doing. Okay. And you know, I'm going to say allegedly for legal purposes. Right. But I don't know what else you put in your nose that way. You mad at me? What you mad at me for? What I do? Miss Pretty Amazing? What I do? And I just have to ask myself a question. When you see stuff like this happen, you have to ask yourself the question. Either you are that deep in your alleged addiction that you're no longer taking the precautions that you need to take. Oh, you want to go on my trip? And you're careless? Or you think that you're just that dude that nobody was gonna get it on pick, because this dude was out in public, like, and he wasn't even trying, like, it wasn't, he was straight up like, sir, where did you think you were? Like, I understand that you're not a celebrity. I understand you're not an A-list, B-list, C-list, or even a damn D-list celebrity. I get that. I understand that, but for the majority of your life, you have been able to reap the benefits of being Marcus Jordan's son without the attention of being Marcus Jordan's son. Because the average person didn't even know what you looked like. I mean, again, the average person. You know, I ain't saying everybody, but the average person will walk past you on the street and not know that you were Michael Jordan's son. Even if you were in an area where affluent people travel, right? Even if you were in a first class lounge at the airport, even if you were at, the VIP lounge at the Ritz-Carlton, even if you were in those spaces where, even if you were in Louis Vuitton in a private shopping area, right? People would just say, oh, they go a rich dude. Oh, he got a little money. Maybe he an architect, doctor, lawyer. So for the most part, you have been able to move in spaces where people did not know who you were. I say all that to say this. I get it that you probably didn't think anybody was paying any attention or taking a picture of you. I get that. However, one, your profile has been raised because the last 3 years you have been dating a reality TV star / your daddy's ex co-worker's wife. Ex-wife. Like, it was a messy situation. So your face is now a little bit more recognizable than you were 3 years ago. And there are people who get paid to do this. There are people who get paid to find celebrities, whether they are A-list through Z-list, to take pictures and sell them to people. And I can only imagine the person who got that picture probably said, oh, baby. Because they knew they was about to get paid. Maybe they knew they was about to get a little piece of change. Now, I must admit that I had expected by now to get some sort of statement about him going to rehab, about him, seeking help and family asking for privacy at this time. I honestly expected a statement by now, but maybe there won't be one. Maybe we are moving into a world where people feel like they don't have to explain or excuse anything. Maybe, oh, wait a minute. Thank you, Nitwit. Nitwit done gifted 5 memberships. Yes, for the memberships. Let's see who got blessed. If you were one of the people that just got that just got blessed, please. Okay, boo. Okay, okay, kiss my cheeks. Dang, Tracy be on it, child. Thank you, Tracy. Congratulations, Schoolboy, Casey Johnson, Alicia Walker, Somebody Line, and Miss B. Carter. Congratulations, you guys were all gifted with a membership. If you are in the chat, make sure you thank Nitwit. Oh, Cubstar, thank you for becoming a new member. I think you're renewing your membership. Gossip in the Garden, thank you for becoming a new member. What's up with thank y'all? Hey, come on into the member. Who got blocked? Who got blocked? We had a good members only yesterday, child. They was helping me pack for this trip. Hold on. Who just got blocked? What's going on in the chat? Is somebody acting up? Hold on. I don't see where anybody got blocked. I don't see where anybody got blocked. If somebody got blocked by accident, let me know so I can undo it, or you can undo it. If you can't, if you can't get to it to undo it. So, with that being said, I just found that to be very interesting. I just found that to be very bold. I was like, wow. So we just gonna sit there over breakfast? I mean, was that dessert? Was that an appetizer? Oh, you thought I was getting ready to say? Oh. Yeah, it was just terrible. I don't know. My cousin's wife had a horrible habit, and she and all her friends have that one nostril that is slightly sunken in. Child, I had to get on a laptop just to rejoin. Yeah. Thank you, but thank you for rejoining, Cubstar. Thank you, baby. Thank you for rejoining. So anyway, that happened a couple of days ago. So I figured I'd come down here. Like I said, I really thought there would be some sort of statement by now, but baby, it was not. I said, oh my. I guess he said, whatever. It's my business. You guess that's his weeds. I don't understand why Marcus was ever news. Marcus only became news when he decided to date his daddy's co-worker's ex-wife, and it was messy. That's the only reason why, Chuck. Like I said, up until 3 years ago, sir, nobody could have picked you out of a lineup. Nobody would have said, oh, there go Marcus Jordan, like, nobody would have known you. Nope, no, nobody. Nobody would have picked you out of a lineup. You know what I'm saying? When you fill out forms at some doctor's appointment, they ask you if you take the cocaine. Really? Do I think Larsa is on it too? Can I tell y'all something about the naivety of me? I don't consider myself to be a I don't consider myself to be a what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? A naive person. Lord, I couldn't get the word out. But when it comes to things like that, it always, and I know it shouldn't. People be looking at me like I'm crazy, my friends and stuff. When we find out that somebody is allegedly on drugs, and I be like, "What? For real?" And they be looking at me like, because I don't know what it is. I just can't wrap my brain around people being on, especially that kind of stuff. Weed, okay, whatever, child. That's a dime a dozen. But in my mind, I just be thinking, at this point in life, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts what's going to happen to you. There's no question mark. There is no secret to it. There is no, you have to know to know. It is very clear. If you start using drugs, you are going to end up strung out. Now, there are some people who manage it better than others, but let's just be clear. Your life will not be good. And I just can't wrap my brain around people. To me, that's like walking into a burning building. Like, you know what's going to happen. You might get out with your life, but you're going to walk away at the very least. You're going to walk away burned up. You're going to mess up your lungs. You know what I mean? I guess, so in my mind, I just can't wrap my brain around it. So when I find out that people are using drugs, I really am dumbfounded. Now, I know some people might say the same thing. Well, Quake, that's the example I was going to use. I know some people might say the same thing because I do smoke cigars. I do drink, but I just feel like, I don't know. So to answer your question, I don't know. I can't wrap my brain around that people do drugs, but clearly they do. So would I be surprised to find out? Not now. I mean, they were together for like 2 years. They were living together. So if he's bold enough to do it over his breakfast out in the open, allegedly, then I'm sure he was in the house just, like, he's not even trying to hide it, allegedly. So yeah, at the very least, I'm going to say she knows. If he does have a habit, at the very least, I'm going to say she knows. Now, whether she's partaking with him, I don't know. Thank you, Really B. I have functional addiction in my mind when I hear this. Yeah. Around her kids, probably not around her kids, but remember, her kids don't live with her full time. The youngest one, the daughter, she lives in LA. She comes to visit her in Miami. She lives in LA because she goes to school and stuff in LA. So I'm not going to say she doesn't have custody, but whatever their arrangement, the daughter does not live with her full time. So my husband used to work with a group of people who were functional crack addicts. He said they would watch them go in their cars and let's do. Yeah, I mean, there is a level. It does exist where people can be functioning. Yeah, I think Larsa lives in LA part-time too. I think she just basically films in Miami, honestly. I don't think she lives in Miami full-time. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, hold on. Oh, never mind. I thought somebody sent me a message. Okay. Yeah, they had pictures of him from the Olympics with another girlfriend, child. Because he's still over in Europe. That's where that picture came from. So anyway, I ain't mean to spend as much time on no daggone market. So let's move on. Now, right before I was getting ready, now Lauryn Hill, listen, the Fugees tour has been canceled. And that is coming from the desk of Duh News. Because here's the thing. They said it was low ticket sales in the U.S. They said they're still going to be overseas touring, but here in the U.S. they say it's due to low ticket sales. I'm going to say it's a combination of things. First of all, at this point in the game, who the hell is still buying tickets to see Lauryn Hill? Because even though we love us some Lauryn Hill, we already know that the ticket is going 9 times out of 10 be late or canceled. So number one, Lauryn, your track record is just not helping you out. Number two, can I just go on and just tell y'all? Your Prov's locked up, so I don't even know who's gonna be out there doing his part, child. But can I just be honest about something? Y'all, we broke. Us here in the United States, we are concert broke. Now, we might not be broke paying our bills broke. We may not be broke, getting back to school ready broke. But baby, we are concert broke. Okay? Can we go back through the last year of concerts here in the United States? Okay? We had the Vegas residencies. We had the New Editions. We had the Urshas. We had Pass the Mic. We had, who else done had a Vegas residency down to the Vegas? Okay, that's number one. Then we had Janet Jackson on tour. We got Usher on tour. We got Chris Brown on tour. We got SWV Escape on tour. We got the Missy Elliott Sierra on tour. And some of y'all are still paying y'all a firm off from the Renaissance tickets from last summer that y'all couldn't afford. Okay? Can we just go on and call a thing a thing? Adele, right. You might have went down to the Vegas to see Adele. Can we just go on and tell y'all? Meg Thee Stallion on tour. Now, them tickets was probably affordable. Them tickets was probably $39.99 and a bucket of chicken. But it does not matter because you was still some tickets you had to buy to go see down to the Meg Thee Stallion. And then we're not going to talk about the summer festivals. I didn't even know they were still doing Lollapalooza, but apparently Lollapalooza is still a thing. Okay? Apparently Lollapalooza is still a thing. We just had the Broccoli Fest here in DC. Anybody got time or money to go see the Fugees, especially for you not to show up or for you to show up in a clown suit trying to fuck up the lyrics? Anybody got time, Lauryn? Provs is in jail. Okay. The other man, the head of the Fugees, y'all know who I'm talking about. Wyclef Jean, he probably down in Haiti trying to help them people rebuild their houses and stuff. Anybody got time or money? So yes, gone overseas where the people ain't seen you in 20 years. They don't know you're going to be 3 hours late. They probably don't even know Pros is in jail. And the tickets are probably a lot more affordable. Okay? Go on over to Europe and do your tour. And maybe we can cycle back around. Maybe we can catch you in the spring. Maybe we will have re-upped our coffers by then. Thank you, friend, for renewing your membership, my love. Thank you, boo. Because I know you were a member before. Yeah. Not you talking about Klarna, Afterpay, and PayPal. Listen. Now, I ain't never put no concert tickets on Afterpay, but I would. I probably should have done that for Missy Elliott because I wanted to go see Missy Elliott, but I didn't. Now, I ain't going to say I wouldn't. I ain't going to tell y'all no lies and tell y'all I wouldn't. I didn't even know you could. You know, you could do Afterpay or Klarna or what. You can do that for everything now. Child, they got it on Airbnb is on Afterpay now. I said, damn. Well, Affirm, whatever it's on. I said, damn, Airbnb? Royal Caribbean? Now, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. And if you pay it off early enough, you don't really pay no interest. Nina, don't come in here talking about how good that show was when I just told you I couldn't afford to go. Don't do that. That's teasing me. That's like dangling some fried chicken in front of me that you know you ain't going to give me. Don't do that. That's not nice. I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Please understand, I ain't putting nobody down for the Afterpay because I have used it. I have used Affirm. I have used Klarna. I have used what else? Affirm. The funny thing is I've never used Afterpay. I've used Klarna, Affirm, and it's another one I've used. It might be just Klarna and Affirm. I think I might have used Afterpay like one time. Oh, I put mine on autopay. My Affirm is the one I've used the most. Let me tell y'all something. One year, PayPal, that's what I've done. I've done PayPal, paying for. I've done PayPal. That's what when I get my Bath and Body Works stuff, I always will, most of the time, when I do a big haul on Bath and Body Works, I'll do the paying for, and I just pay it off. I usually just pay it off early. But when I get my big can, when they go on sale, buy one, get one free, because sometimes I ain't always got it. I'm just going to go call a thing. Sometimes I ain't always got it, but I want my candles. So that's what I do. But I always usually, whatever my next payday is, from whenever the sale go on, whatever my next payday is, I just pay it off then. If I ain't got it, I ain't going. They already rich. I know that's right. I be said, if I ain't got it, I ain't got it now. Uh-oh. Shoot. Where's my napkin? Oh, damn it. Self-care, not selfish. Thank y'all for everybody for renewing their memberships or joining memberships today. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Y'all go over there and check out that live from yesterday. We had a members only live yesterday. Yes. And what I'm probably going to do, even though I can't set members only stuff from my phone, after I'm done, there may be some things I'll put on members only from my trip. I do flights and hotel with Klarna. Now, I've never done hotel and flights with Klarna. But anyway, I had to. I just didn't have it all at one time. Yeah, that's what. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Again, if you pay it off, it's just like a credit card. If you pay it off early, you're not paying no interest. I ain't mad at you. Now, don't be putting stuff on there that you can't afford and get yourself in more debt or F up your stuff. Okay, don't do that. But let me tell y'all, one year it wasn't last Christmas. I think it was the Christmas before last. Was it the Christmas before last? Baby, I put my whole Christmas on Affirm and Klarna and PayPal and for. I don't know what was going on that my money was funny. Something was happening. I don't know what happened. It was because I know it wasn't last Christmas. It was the Christmas before that. Something happened. I don't know if something big, a big bill came through right before the holidays or something. But baby, when I tell you everybody's Christmas gift was on some form of not Afterpay, Affirm, Klarna, or PayPal and for. Can I tell you that boom, boom, and boom? But by the end of January, I had paid everything. I don't know what happened. I don't remember what happened now. But what I do remember is that's when I first found out how much stuff you could use it on. I was like, what? Yeah, schoolboy, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. Oh, wait a minute. Virgin Voyages is on Affirm. That might be how I pay for my cruise next summer. Okay, let me finish, y'all. Y'all got me in here like I got all day and knowing I got stuff to do. Okay. All right. Travis Scott, right before I went live. Hey, Geechee. Child, they say Travis Scott over there in Europe fighting his own bodyguard and got arrested. Did you hear what I said, people? A rapper. Now, if y'all was here yesterday, y'all know where the road I'm on. If y'all was here yesterday, y'all know the road that I'm on. A rapper got arrested for something stupid. Plane tickets on the firm. I know you can get plane tickets on the firm. Mm-hmm. Sir, you got into an altercation with the person that you pay to protect you. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. Sir, You got into an altercation with the person that you pay to protect you. I ain't saying it got, now listen, let's be clear. I didn't say it has anything to do with Diddy. I'm not saying this is connected to Diddy. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that. I just think this is some dumb shit. This is just some dumb shit. How do you get into an altercation with the person that you pay to protect you? At no point in that argument did it occur to you to be like, maybe I need to de-escalate this shit. Moving right along. I just don't have nothing else with that. That literally just came across when I was setting this up, child. I was looking for something else and I came across that. So y'all do with that what you want. Y'all going to do with that what you want. Travis Scott fighting his damn bodyguard. And then to the point where you got arrested. Like to the point where they said, okay, they probably arrested you to save you. Let's be clear. The police was probably doing you a favor, Travis. The police was probably doing you a favor. They probably said, go and arrest this man before he get his ass beat. Because let's be clear about something. I just need y'all to be clear about something. If Travis Scott was winning that fight, then the bodyguard need to be fired. Can I just go on and say that? If Travis Scott was winning that fight, then a bodyguard need to be fired. Now I'm just gonna tell y'all, we just gonna call this thing a thing. You beating up the person that you pay to protect you. Right. The bodyguard, Quay said that bodyguard was tired as hell. Now, he probably was intoxicated because clearly a sober man wouldn't have made that decision. A sober person wouldn't have thought that was a good idea. So clearly, I'm going to say right now, I ain't saying what he was intoxicated on, but I'm going to say he wasn't sober at the time. Now, that's my opinion. Moving right along. Now I went over to the Revolt YouTube channel yesterday, so I could go check out this Caresha, please. My camera. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my camera situation together. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. So I could go check out. They said he had been drinking all day at a pool party. Clearly, hey Sean Boo. Be clear and tell y'all I did not expect any information from Caresha. Hey Tamara, thank you for being a member for 43 months. Yes. Thank you so much. I wonder, you know what I want YouTube to do? Because you can do 3 different tiers of your membership. I think I only have 1 tier. Maybe not. I don't know. But I wish that they could, but the tiers are based off of money. I wish they could make the tiers based off of how long you've been a member. I'm gonna see if they've changed it. I think it's still just based off of money. But I wish they could do that. Like if you've been a member longer than 2 years, you're on this tier and you can get different perks. And then if you've been a member, because I'd rather do it that way based off of how long you've been a member and not just money. Because I don't want to charge more money because I don't feel like I do that much members only stuff to charge more money for more tiers. But I wish they could do it like that, like how long you've been a member, you're on a different tier. But anyway, maybe I'll make that suggestion to YouTube. I feel like Caresha told us everything we already knew. Well, and that's what I'm saying. If you went over there expecting a bombshell, you had to know that wasn't going to happen. First of all, logically, you knew it wasn't going to happen. And if there was something salacious, the clip would have told us it was something salacious. One, because there are so many pending legal cases out there, whether they're criminal or civil. We know that right now there has been no criminal charges against Diddy, but we know that there are a plethora of civil suits against Diddy. If she were to come down here and tell a story, right? Let's say she did come down and say, well, you know, some things happened that made me uncomfortable. You know, when I heard other women tell their story, it made me realize that, yes, I was a victim too. Like, if she has done anything like that, do y'all know how fast she would be subpoenaed to testify in every single one of those civil lawsuits if they ever were to get to that point? Do you understand the legal ramifications that she would have opened herself up to? There's nowhere in the world that she was going to come down here and talk and tell a story. If there's a story to tell. If there's a story to tell, she wouldn't tell it until after all of this has been resolved. Because she wouldn't want to be involved. Because my thing is, if she's not filing her own lawsuit, that means she's not interested in doing anything legal. Right? That means she's not interested in doing anything legal. So why would she come down here and open her door up for that? So that's number one, why I knew she wasn't about to tell us nothing. Because there's too much stuff out there that's still pending that she would put herself in the middle of, whether she wanted to or not. Yana said the likes ain't matching. We got 200 people in here. Thank y'all for being here. If you could please hit that like button, I appreciate it. I hope I have about 150 likes. Yana said the upstairs lounge is open. If you are new here and you need to go upstairs to the upstairs lounge, you partake in herbal remedies or things that produce smoke, you can go on upstairs to the upstairs lounge. Tracy is here, so the bar is open. If you are lit up in green, head on over to your VIP section. You have a special area. If you're new here, raise your hand and the ushers will find you a seat, honey. Make yourself at home. Now, if we get to 300 people, Chef Don are going to open up the kitchen. I don't know if we're going to get to 300 today, but if we do, Don, if he's here, we'll open up that kitchen, okay? Sounds like Diddy was manipulating her to me, but with everything going down, he wasn't able to make the next stage of abusing her. My opinion. Oh, yeah, you got to hit the like button to come in the room. Yeah, before you can get into the VIP lounge, you got to hit the like button. But let me say this. This is my opinion, and this is not based on any information that I already have. This is not based on any fact. This is not based on anything. This is just my opinion. I do think she knows more than what she's saying. I do think she has seen more than what she's talking about. Do I think it was on the level of what we heard Cassie's story? No, I don't. But do I think that there are some nefarious that she got a story? I do. Listen, a leopard don't change his spots, especially without provocation. There is absolutely nothing except for age that would cause Diddy to change his behavior if the allegations are true. There's absolutely nothing. Nothing has happened to him to make him change his ways. There has been no revelation. There has been no, just because you change your name to Love and all of that, that don't mean nothing to me. So do I think that she has a story? Yeah. Do I think she's going to tell it? No. Do I think she's still reaping the benefits of her relationship with Diddy? Yes. Cassie and Caresha were not in the same position. He could not do to. When you say they weren't in the same position, what do you mean, Xavier? Because let's be clear. I don't know. I don't know. Tell me what you mean when you say they weren't in the same position. We have a guava, watermelon, and passion fruit mimosa, a flight trio on the menu this morning. Okay, Tracy got you guys for breakfast. Okay, you got a mimosa, got mimosas flight. Okay. He could not do to Caresha what he did to Cassie because Caresha was not under his direct control. Yes, she was. What's your definition of direct control? Tell me what you mean when you say direct control. Do you mean to tell me you don't think that Diddy was paying bills? You don't mean to tell me that Diddy was making Caresha's life financially easier? You don't mean to tell me she wasn't reaping the benefits of being in Diddy's circles? Yeah, Caresha was the young thing on the block, but Diddy is the OG. He can get in rooms that she couldn't even think about getting into. Caresha, I believe Caresha is smarter than how she looks. She's not gonna blow up. Absolutely. And again, I believe that she's still reaping benefits. Caresha isn't the same power dynamic where Diddy was her boss, boyfriend, and financial dependent. Diddy was all of the above. So Diddy was not her direct boss from the point of view where she wasn't signed to his label. But again, you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that she didn't financially reap the benefit of being with Diddy these last couple of years. She lived different. He elevated her. Like she said herself, the City Girls wasn't making no money. That was one of the reasons why she said the City Girls broke up. She said we wasn't making no money. We wasn't making no money. So the way she been living, she was on private yachts in the south of France with Diddy on vacation. Baby, you're not living like that off of City Girl money. You're not living like that off of City Girl money. I believe she might have been more willing to do things so she doesn't see it as much of a... You know what, Tracy? That's where I was getting ready to go, and I'm going to leave it here. This is the last thing I'm going to say, and we're going to move on. I don't think Caresha sees herself as a victim. And I don't think that's why... I don't think she sees herself as a victim. Absolutely, schoolboy. He relevated her and she kept him relevant. I mean, he elevated her and she kept him relevant. Absolutely. That's a fact. That's my opinion. But I agree, Tracy. I think she does not see herself as a victim because I think that she feels like a lot of things that she did, she voluntarily did. And also, too, I do think age has played a factor. Do I think that Diddy is still allegedly doing things that, some would consider to be grimy or whatever? But I also think he has slowed down physically. He can't do the things physically that he was doing with Cassie and Kim and these other women as well. And I think that's part of it. Exactly, Des. How exactly. So, yeah. I knew Caresha was not in control of this because she wasn't going to be seen with anyone else in the industry or any man, period. Just like everyone else Diddy's with. Exactly. So, with that being said, that's my opinion. Y'all can go over there and catch the whole video. It was a cute interview, but if you're going over there thinking you about to get Cassie 2.0, that ain't gonna happen. You're going to get a little light. She said basically she didn't speak out because she said it wasn't her experience. It wasn't her story to tell. She ain't had nothing to add or subtract from the situation. She talked about the City Girls' demise, which I think we all already figured out. We all already knew. She said she didn't know JT was working on music. She said they didn't have any action other than on stage. They weren't in the studio together. They weren't working together. They weren't even communicating. But she said it came as a surprise to her that she found out JT was working on new music. Girl, what did you think JT was doing? You was over there living a good life with Diddy. If you said the group wasn't making any money, then that means she wasn't making no money either. All she know how to do is rap. Well, if you call it rap, and what she was doing before to get her ass landed in jail. So you thought she wasn't out there grinding and hustling and trying to figure it out? So anyway, with that being said, there's that. Now, we never really did get into this whole Kalani story. So I honestly, they both did what was best for them. Exactly. So I honestly don't have all of the details because I never really went and did the research. I'm just going to tell y'all the honest truth and just call a thing a thing. But Kalani baby daddy then came down and said that, you know, he is retracting all the things that he said. He said that his former representation posted that information without her knowledge, without his knowledge, and that the things that were said were, you know, exaggerated, if not false. And he's basically pulling back on what he said. Now, do I think he's pulling back on what he said because it ain't true? Or do I think that she done hooked him up on the back end for him to shut the you know what up? Or if she really is in a cult, is he scared? Because, you know, that's one thing about cult behavior. They function on fear. So maybe, you know, if there is a cult, somebody then tapped him on his shoulder. But neither here nor there, he is basically retracting what he said about Kalani being in a cult and all these other things, these allegations. And he even said his former representation, which means that whoever this person was, his former lawyer that filed the paperwork, he done fired him. Okay, he done fired him. Now, whether he fired him because the man was overzealous and lied, or whether he fired him because legitimately he felt like it was wrong, I couldn't tell you. Lawyer told him to shut up. Somebody told him to shut up. Oh, wait a minute. Off topic, but I'm getting all of these commercials because I'm in Arizona. As Simone says, if I get one more damn commercial, they're going to catch these DMV hands. Oh, my. Well, I have it set on the same setting. It's always on. I don't know why you're getting more today. My apologies. If it becomes too persistent, let me know and I'll change the setting. But I think because I honestly think that the less I go live, the more commercials they put in. You're going to get some commercials, but if it's ridiculous, let me know. Because I don't have it set. They have 3 different settings. I have it set on the mid setting for commercials, and that's the setting I always put it on. I always put it on that mid setting. But YouTube does its own thing. I don't manually put the commercials in. YouTube does. So if it gets to be too much, I'll move it to that lower setting. They probably sent the Illuminati after him. Ooh, well. Okay. Okay. Yours isn't as bad. Some people's are because they probably have it set to high. I put it on high one time, and baby, y'all got me together in probably less than 2 minutes. So I always put it on that middle one. Really be you're not going live as much. Somewhere else, YouTube has a number of ads you need to get an average a week. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think because I haven't been going live as much as why y'all are seeing more commercials. Because I haven't changed the setting. And y'all didn't used to complain about the commercials. So I'm thinking that's what it is. Okay. Some good news, you guys. Some good news. It is being rumored that they are working on a Different World reboot. Now, I'm here for a Different World reboot. I told y'all that years ago. And I told y'all I even had the idea for a Different World reboot and for Debbie Allen to. I had the perfect idea on how we could do a Different World reboot. And I said for Debbie Allen to. And I actually had 2 ideas. And one of my ideas is the idea that they allegedly are using. I'll tell y'all what my 2 ideas were, since they already thinking about they doing it. That allegedly they're in talks, I think, with Netflix. Debbie Allen is set to be an executive producer. Reggie Rock by the Wood and his wife, what's her name? Prince. What's Reggie Rock by the Wood and his wife? I think she's Prince by the Wood. Both of them are set to be. You're right. Reboot is not the correct word. It's set to be a sequel. You're absolutely correct. You're right. You're right. It's a sequel because it's not a reboot. You're right. So the idea that what I read is that they are picking it up with Whitley and Dwayne's daughter going to Hillman. So what we'll probably get is a lot of cameos from the original cast, but it will be a new show based on HBCU culture today. And I think that's a great thing. I think it's a great idea. I hope it takes off. And I hope we all support it when it does. All of us got Netflix. We did not cancel our Netflix, even though Monique asked us to. Okay. So all of y'all don't have no reason. Y'all got Netflix. Y'all can go watch it. I'm thinking that they'll probably get somebody like maybe a Ron, the guy who plays Ron, or maybe the guy who played Kim, or Jaleesa. They'll probably get somebody that was on the original show to be a part of the main cast. Like maybe they're a professor now, or they're head of a department now, or something like that. So yeah, she should be more like a granddaughter. Maybe it is a granddaughter. I don't know, but I'm telling you what I read. They said Whitley and Dwayne's daughter. But you're right. It could very easily be a granddaughter. You're right. It could be. Because you're right. That was about 30. That was about 30 years ago. So yeah, you're right. Maybe they had a late baby. Maybe they had a baby. You know, it can't be the one that she was pregnant with when they left the show. But maybe they had a couple of more babies. Okay. Maybe it's the baby girl. Okay. But yeah. So I'm here for it. I'm gonna be on. They're doing a reboot like Fuller House with the kids. Yeah. So I'm here for it. And I love the fact that Debbie Allen is a part of it, which means that she will be putting her influx. The only problem is that it's on Netflix. Why is that a problem? Child, why is that a problem? Child, everybody got Netflix. And if you don't have Netflix, it is what it is. Netflix gets their numbers. I think here's the thing. Do I think it's gonna be around if they do the reboot? Do I think it's gonna get 20 seasons? No. But I'm here for, like, if we can get a solid 3 seasons. We can get a solid 3 seasons. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because when you think about what A Different World did for HBCU culture and the rebirth of people wanting to go to a HBCU, baby, that's the infuse that we need. And I'm here for it. After that big donation he made to the campaign, I'm going to stick beside Netflix. I'm here for it too. Hey, what's up, DMV Rebuild? Hi, boo. She said, I'm tired of these subscriptions. Y'all tell me how it goes. Child, I already got it. So now I understand people not wanting to add, but I already got it, child. I already got it. If you have T-Mobile, Netflix is included for free. That is true. That is true. All shows should be like 3 to 5 seasons, Matt. All belong order SVU. They can stay forever, right? Netflix will only have like 10 episodes. I don't know. I'm here for it though. I'm here for it. I am here for it. All right. Now I have two more stories. I dropped Hulu and added Netflix. I need to drop Hulu. Every time I say I'm going to drop Hulu, something's getting ready to come on that I want to see. Because when I tell you, Hulu just be... Actually, all of these subscriptions end up getting free money. Because the reality is I don't watch any of them enough for me to feel like I'm getting my money's worth. But I could literally go 3 or 4 months and not watch anything on Hulu. I could go 3 or 4 months and not watch nothing on Netflix. They get my money, child. I already told you. Now I'm about to... Disney, I think I canceled Disney. And Paramount, I think I could go ahead and cancel, honestly. I really don't be watching Paramount like that. Like, I watch it for the RuPaul stuff. And then right now I'm watching it for Big Brother. But I really ain't watching it like that for real. But I think I'm going to drop Hulu after this season, after Reasonable Doubt. I'm going to drop it until this. What I'm going to start doing is like y'all do. I'm just going to drop stuff. And I'm going to cancel stuff until there's something that come on. And then I'll just get another account. It's a fly in here. Okay. Do I watch In Prison? I never even heard of In Prison. Hulu is free with T-Mobile. Yeah, I don't have T-Mobile. I only have Hulu because I used to have Sprint. Okay. See, a lot of places y'all get this stuff for free. Like I get Amazon Prime. And with Amazon Prime, you get Stars for free. You get Amazon Prime because I have Amazon Prime, so I get Prime for free. Well, not free, it's included. Subscribe at the end of the year when it's like $1.99 a month, so you don't waste too much money. They have good Black Friday deals. You can pay 3 months of Hulu and Disney Plus bundle. Okay. Okay, Tracy said, drop Hulu, I got you. I just need Paramount Plus. Okay, well, I can add you to my Paramount Plus, child, because I don't use it. And don't you get like up to 3 devices or something? I know I only have Paramount Plus on my TV. The Honest Collection has really improved on Hulu. That's where all the Black shows are. Okay, I have to check it out. Maybe I'll download some stuff because I got to figure out what I'm going to download for the flight. Even though it's not a long flight, but if I can probably download a couple of TV shows. I used to do that, but now I forget which account. See, that's what I don't want to get into. Oh, the Kerry Washington show. Yeah, no, I haven't watched it. I've seen the previews for it. And I like Kerry Washington and Delroy Lindo. I don't know. I never got into it. Maybe I'll download a couple of those episodes. I don't know if I have Hulu on my Kindle. I know I have Netflix. You see, I was charging it last night, so it's got a full battery. Oh, why do I still have this thing on here? I don't know if I ever download Hulu on my. I know I have. Netflix, Peacock. Well, they have all the apps are already here. I just don't know if I've ever logged in. I have to set it up. Anyway, but I know my Netflix is set up. I just started watching Scandal over again on Hulu. I'm locked in with Hulu right now. It's called How to Die Alone. It looks so good. I don't know about How to Die Alone. I don't want to die alone. I do want to watch that show with Forrest Whitaker. It's on MGM Plus. I had never even heard of MGM Plus, but I want to watch that. The Prince of not Hyde Park, but it's like a murder mystery. He was like a Supreme Court justice, or not a Supreme. I don't think he was a Supreme Court justice, but he was like appeals court justice or something. And he died, and it's like this whole murder mystery. The Emperor of Ocean Park. Child, I'd have made up a whole name for that thing. The Emperor of Ocean Park. I called him the Prince of Hyde Park. I made up a whole new. It's really good. I had never even heard of MGM Plus, but maybe I'll download that and watch that. How much is it a month? Because I only want 1 month because I'd never even heard of it before. I just want to watch that one. I really do want to watch it. All right, y'all, let me get to these last 2 stories. So there's an update. Now, again, if I had time, I would do this as a separate video, but baby, I just don't have the time. Yesterday, there's an update on the super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, out of Dalton. It's $9.99, but I pay $9. Well, how you pay $9.96? Now, Taya said it's $5.99. All right, I'm gonna just get 1 month. Oh, let me see if it's on my Kindle. Let me see if I can download the app. Let me see. Now, Tiffany Henyard. For those of y'all who do not know, we have been following the Tiffany Henyard case, and I know I backed off for a minute. I only backed off because, again, it was so much going on. But let me give you guys an update of what has happened. Oh, you have it through a student deal. I wonder if they have a teacher deal. Let me see. MGM Plus. MGM Plus app. Oh, I can get it through Prime. It says MGM Plus on Prime. So I should be able to just watch it through my Prime. Let me see. What y'all say it's called? Text me about what? What's wrong? Tracy, why you got to text me? What's going on? What's wrong? Why Tracy got to text me? Oh, that's what y'all were trying to tell me to check Prime first. Yeah, I got it through Prime. What's it called? The Emperor? Hold on, let me see. Emperor. There it is right there. The Emperor of Ocean Park. Let me see. Oh, it says I got a free trial. Let me see. Oh, it said I got a free trial through Prime. Oh, you know what? I'm not logged in. Y'all, let me do this when I get off here. I'm not logged into my Amazon account. I gotta log into my Amazon account and then I can watch it. I'm gonna download it. That's what I'm gonna watch on the plane. I'm gonna watch that. Okay. Let me get focused. What's up, Peace? Hey, boo. All right, Black Cake was good. Okay. Anyway, so with that being said, there have been a couple of updates. So we're gonna give you guys earlier this week, Tiffany Henry tried to fire. Remember old boy that I came down here and told y'all about? The guy that was double dipping, but he got in trouble. He got indicted for fraud because he was lying on his bankruptcy records. Remember I told y'all about him? But he was also working for the township of Thornton and the township of Dalton. But he was indicted and he was looking at some serious indictment charges. Well, baby, they said he is a whistleblower now. And he has turned, Keith Freeman, thank you, Jessica. He has turned state's evidence and he is now considered a whistleblower. And baby, Tiffany Henry tried to fire him. And they said, I'm sorry, excuse me, you can't fire him. He's a whistleblower. We cannot fire him. You're going to open us up to more legal action. We know that he is now informing and he is now protected. We can't fire him. Baby, she did it anyway. So she done fired the man. Then one of the members of the board has announced that he is going to run for mayor against her. So she has an opponent in the election that's going to run against her for mayor. And it's somebody from the board, right? That's another update. Oh yeah, that trustee meeting was live. I watched it too, child. If we had time, I would be doing a totally separate video. We would be doing a whole video on just that meeting because baby, it was a lot. But I'm gonna have to just give y'all the synopsis because I ain't got time to do 3 separate videos today. Because we still gotta talk about Funky Dineva responded to Armand, and that's gonna take a few minutes because his response was a little long. So that's gonna take us a few minutes, okay? We're going to probably get deeper into it when I come back. Then the board placed the chief of police on a leave of absence pending an investigation. I'm going to say that again. The board placed the chief of police on leave. They suspended him pending an investigation, because I'm sure there's a process that they have to go through before they fire him. They can't just outright fire him. But they placed him on leave pending an investigation. Do y'all know that man kept showing up for work and refused to leave? Baby, the man kept showing up for work. I'm sorry, how they gonna tell you that you suspended and you keep showing up for work? Where they do that at? He kept showing up for work, y'all. How you just nope. First of all, why does he still have his keys? They done changed the locks and she done changed them back. The city changed the locks, baby, and she done changed them back. Yeah, it's a whole mess. That's what I said. We will do another. We're gonna do a video when I get back. I just don't have time to do it before I leave. We're gonna do another video. Baby, it has been a whole situation going on over there. And every day they keep saying, well, he refused. The police, the chief of police showed up and he refused to leave. The chief of police showed up and he wouldn't leave. Sir, you have been. I need to iron this shirt. I thought this it's looking a lot more wrinkled than it did when I first put it on. I'm gonna go run an iron over it before I get out of here. I'm gonna go run an iron over it. I see. I'm sorry. What? Somebody said why they don't fire her. They tried to fire her, child. She keep overriding the veto. I mean, she keep vetoing it. They don't have enough votes to override her vetoes. So whenever they do something that she doesn't want them to do, she just vetoes it. And they don't have enough votes to override her veto. She had enough supporters, enough people on her side that was on the board that they couldn't override the veto. So they've tried to fire her. They've tried to do everything. And she just vetoes it. She'd be like, and I veto that. Y'all gotta go watch some of the meetings. Go back and watch some of the older meetings, and you'll see they've tried to do a lot of stuff, child. She just voting up. I mean, she just vetoes it. And again, y'all know you have to have a majority in order to override the veto. And she'd be like, I veto. So yesterday, at the meeting yesterday, Lori Lightfoot, for those who don't know, Lori Lightfoot is the former mayor of Chicago. She was hired by the board to do an independent audit of the money. Because, you know, one of the biggest thing is that they say this girl is spending all the money. When she took over as mayor, they had a surplus. When she took over as mayor, they had a surplus. Baby, they said they don't even know if they're going to be able to make payroll through September now. They done had to fire people. They done had to cut down on stuff. They giving back cars that she illegally got to begin with, that she got on leases, these expensive ass SUVs. Child, they done sent them back. They said they having their lawyers look over the contract to see how they can contractually get out of these leases without too much of a financial penalty. Baby, they said they don't know if they gonna make payroll through next month. It was a surplus 2 years ago. Now I'm gonna just read y'all this article. Like I said, we'll read through, we'll do a longer video when I get back, but I'm gonna just read through y'all this article to just give you the highlights of what was in her report about all the money that's being spent. Okay. In a jaw-dropping meeting on Thursday night, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot presented initial findings from her investigation into the Village of Dalton's dire financial situation. The bombshell report delved into the spending habits of Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and her alleged misuse of taxpayer dollars, highlighting just how much financial trouble the village is in. Lightfoot was hired by village trustees in April to serve as a special investigator to look into allegations against Henyard, who was facing multiple lawsuits. The findings were stunning to many community members, with audible gasps from the audience as Lightfoot revealed Dalton's funds to have been declining under Henyard's leadership. She was elected in 2021. Lightfoot stated that in April of 2022, Dalton's general fund balance was $5,610,000. By May of 2024, that balance has dropped to a deficit of $3 million. So that woman went through $8 million in 3 years. Mind you, all the while money is still coming in. So you spent what was coming in plus what was in the bank plus $3 million more. The presentation detailed credit cards transactions amounting to thousands of dollars, and Lightfoot said that millions are owed to vendors. Across the village, 6 credit cards that Lightfoot's team is aware of, receipts of purchases are rarely provided. So she hasn't even given them receipts. Lightfoot disclosed the village credit cards have been used to make purchases on Amazon, Target, Walgreens, Wayfair, and other retailers. Notably, one purchase on Amazon amounted to $33,000. That was on January 5th of 2023. That same day, 2 more purchases were made on the site for more than $4,000 and another for $5,000. What a slap in the face to everyone that resides in the zip code, said trustee Kiana Belcher. Another significant purchase noted that Lightfoot's report was made on September 1st of 2023, was a $7,699 charge to Wayfair.com. I know how I felt when I started seeing these numbers, so I can imagine how you all are feeling after all this time of being in the dark, she said. Community members also learned that as of June 18th of 2024, at least 589 checks amounting to over $6 million were approved and printed but never sent to vendors. Here's proof for everyone to see, and even the ones who doubt us. If you don't see through this, there's nothing I can say to you, said Trustee Tammy Brown. And another shocking revelation, the investigation found that 2 police call officers received overtime pay exceeding their annual salaries. One officer's salary for the fiscal year 2024 was $87,000, yet the officer received $114,000 in overtime. The second officer with a salary of $73,000 received, hold on, y'all. Hello. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Miami, yeah. All right, thank you. Child, that's my sister. Talking about something, you checked your flight. Is it leaving on time? But let me double check. I ain't getting no alerts, but let me go and double check, child. All right, y'all. My boarding pass is in my wallet. Okay. But I haven't gotten any alerts or anything saying my flight has changed. See, she done threw me all off. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah, ain't nothing changed. All right. Okay, his annual salary of $73,000 and received $102 in overtime for fiscal year 2024. Before fiscal year 20 shit in 2024, that's this year, right? It ain't even a year, ain't even over yet. He done exceeded his salary. What damn? Before Lightfoot made her findings public, sources had told Fox 32 that the village of Dalton was reportedly millions of dollars in debt and potentially struggling to make payroll in the coming weeks. The detail of this report left community members infuriated. My reaction is that I'm devastated. Hold on, let me scroll down. Because there was one more thing I'm going to see. If it's not in here, I'm going to tell y'all about it. Henya was a no-show at Thursday's meeting, and attorneys for the village trustees announced that she has changed the locks at the village hall once again. Thursday developments follow an already tumultuous week in Dalton. During Monday night's village board meeting, Henya was accompanied by 2 criminal defense attorneys who joined the board's closed executive session. In response to financial pressure, several Dalton employees were laid off at the meeting, and Deputy Police Chief Lacey was fired. He was fired, not suspended. My bad, I was wrong. He was fired, child. Trustees cited that the need to reduce payroll as the reason for these actions. On Thursday, it was announced that more layoffs will be coming. The board also approved a freeze on credit card spending. Today's presentation was the first of many as Lightfoot and her team continue to probe into the village's finances. There are a number of things that we know, but we aren't ready yet. We've got to verify them 20 ways to Sunday, said Lightfoot. Up next, Lightfoot said they will be examining the cross-pollination and the intermingling with Thornton Township, where Henyard is the supervisor. Lightfoot also says she will be digging deeper into travel, including the trip to Las Vegas. And we have talked about that trip to Las Vegas. Here is what the other thing that came up. They didn't put that in the article, but when I was looking at the meeting, the other thing that came up was that the police chief also earned over $100,000 last year in overtime pay. He's not even eligible for overtime because he's a salaried employee. Most management in that position, they don't get overtime. So the fact that he got over $100,000, I want to say it was $200,000, but the fact that he got over $100,000 in something he wasn't even entitled to have, y'all, it was a mess. But we'll dig deeper into it when I get back. I want to get into this response from Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva did respond to Marcus. Lord, I was gonna say Marcus Houston, and to Armand Wiggins. I don't even know where Marcus came from. She can't be the only one. Child, all of them benefit him. She uses the police like a personal bodyguard. She does. She does. Oh no, somebody fell in a relay. Oh no. But Funky Dineva went live last night for his regular nightly show, and he did respond to Armand Wiggins. Now, it was a little lengthy, but I think it's important because I want y'all to hear what he had to say. For those who weren't here for my breakdown on Armand Wiggins' response to Funky Dineva for what he said in the Carlos King interview, you may want to go back and review that first so you know where all of this is coming from. But what I told you guys yesterday is that even though I gave Armand a lot of sympathy because it sounds like he did go through a lot. It does sound like he was caught in the middle of a lot of bull hockey. I said that two things can be true at the same time. I still agreed with Funky Dineva's assertion that he needs to grow up and mature a little bit. I still feel that way. I feel like his response to things far exceed what happened. And that's from me on the outside looking in. I know you can't tell somebody else how to feel, how to react, how to respond. So that is from the outside looking in. But let me say this. Sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, what is it that I gained from this? And I'm going to let you guys hear what Funky Dineva said, because Funky Dineva kind of said a lot of what I felt. He sort of confirmed some things that I felt. But two things can be true at the same time. Armand, I think you were thrown into a really bad situation, and I think it was a really hard situation to navigate. However, I don't think Funky is your enemy, and two, I don't think his reaction to Funky warranted what Funky said. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Now, I'm going to let y'all hear what he had to say. I'm going to share the screen because I do not have my Bluetooth. My Bluetooth is actually packed. I'm taking it with me. So I don't have my Bluetooth out. So I'm going to share my screen and let it play. Funky, don't flag me, please. Funky, don't flag me, boo. Don't flag me for playing your content. But this is a reaction video. I'm going to play the first few minutes. I'm only going to play about maybe 10 minutes of it. And y'all know I'll be giving my commentary. If you want to hear the whole thing uninterrupted, go over to Funky Dineva's channel. Go to the beginning of his video from last night. It's at the very beginning. You don't even have to look for it. But we're going to do a reaction video over here, which means I'm going to probably stop and pause and give y'all my opinion. So if you don't want my opinion, hit the like button on your way out the door, because that's just the last story we're going to talk about. So. All right. Hold on. That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Okay. I have it queued up, so I'm going to start playing it. As you guys know, I'm not looking at the screen, so you can put your comments in the chat, but I'm not looking at the chat right now, so I'll read it when I come back over. Okay.
Crap storm of the situation.
Can y'all hear it? Put a 1 in the chat.
I'm starting out by saying,
uh-oh, what happened? Oh Lord.
Start out by saying, honestly, I'm not even upset after seeing Armand's or bits and pieces of his emotional response, it's very hard to even be upset with him because it just came off very childlike. And from where I sit, it literally would be the equivalent of me being.
Y'all, that's not me. That's the I guess the internet pausing like that. So I apologize.
Being upset with one of my nephews. You know what I'm saying? It's to be quite honest, and even to this point, I am still a supporter of Armand. I can't even.
I'm sorry, y'all. That's
bring myself
TV. I mean, that's my
to be
thing.
mad or bothered by the situation. I'm if anything.
Hold on, y'all. Let me try to refresh.
The very thing that I was trying to give you some
Give me a second, y'all.
Constructive criticism on was the very thing that you exemplified. You just had an all-out fit. And here's the thing, I'm not telling.
Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can refresh it or something, because
anybody that they don't have the right to be up.
Give me a second. I'm trying to refresh it. Let me see if I can refresh it. Because
building, baby. We got bundles and bundles and bundles on the show tonight. So y'all gonna want to have y'all credit cards.
Hold on.
That you needed.
I don't want to have to play it from my phone because y'all not going to be able to hear it that good if I play it from my phone. But this is getting on my nerves that it keeps pausing like this. I'm trying to refresh it. So let me see if I
You know what I'm saying? I just thought about it and I thought, you know, what is the
hold on, y'all. I might just have to play it from my phone because this is getting on my nerves. It keeps pausing and buffering.
Correct way to, you know, respond to all of this without creating a further crap storm of the situation. And I'm gonna start off by saying, honestly, I'm not even upset. After seeing Armand's or bits and pieces of his emotional response, it's very hard for me to even be upset with him because it just came off very childlike. And from where I sit, it literally would be the equivalent of me being upset with one of my nephews. You know what I'm saying? It's to be quite honest, and even to this point, I am still a supporter of Armand. I can't even bring myself to be mad or bothered by the situation. I'm if anything, I'm just highly disappointed because I'm shaking my head and I'm like, the very thing that I was trying to give you some constructive criticism on was the very thing that you exemplified. You just had an all-out fit. And here's the thing, I'm not telling anybody that they don't have the right to be upset, or they don't have the right to be mad, or they don't have the right to feel any type of way, because he does. But what I saw in a part of his response was somebody who was hurting. What I think is unfortunate is you have two people, myself and Carlos King, who have the ability.
This is getting on my nerves, y'all.
To garner a lot of attention in the urban pop culture space, and there are a lot of eyeballs on that interview and the subject that is TGIF by both fans, networks, and producers. And I just find it unfortunate that you could not find it somewhere in yourself to hold it together and present yourself slightly better than that with all these people that are watching and that want the tea and that want the salaciousness, and you played right into it and totally exemplified what I said, which was a lack of maturity. And while I did not mean to hurt your feelings or hurl it as an insult, and I didn't think you take it that way, I further support what I said. It's a complete lack of maturity. Armand, I was very kind and gracious in my words about you and your talent. I actually think fairly highly of what it is that you do. Here is what I know. I don't know the ins and outs of what was going on over there after I left. I don't know what all you are experiencing. I don't. You and a lot of other people are absolutely right. The only information that I am and was receiving was from Al. Claudia and I are not in relationship, and I did not talk to any other producers after I left the show.
So I'm gonna try to be fair, even though I agree a lot with what Funky is saying. Here's where I will say, I do think that he's acknowledging that he only has one side of the story. And in that acknowledgement that there was only one side of the story, I think there should have been more of an acknowledgement that, hey, maybe I misspoke when I said that somebody put a battery in your back. Maybe I misspoke when I said that you weren't acting off of your own experiences. You were acting off of what somebody told you, right? Because you only knew what Al told you. And it's clear, or at least at this point, it should be clear to you that Al ain't give you the whole story. Now, going back to Abida, I love saying your name. What you said, which I agree with as well. How do you respond when you don't have all of the information? He said that he only listened to clips. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that I don't believe that. Now, do I think that he listened to the whole 2-hour video? No. But do I think that people sent him clips and he went back and he looked at the more? I believe he looked at more of that response than what he's admitting he did. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. But with that being said, if he did listen to the response, then he would understand that Armand's experience was deeper than what you gave him credit for. And I think there should have been an acknowledgement of that. Although ultimately, I still overall agree with Fucky Dineva's point. But I do feel like there should have been more of an acknowledgement that, hey, I wasn't getting the whole story and maybe I did misspeak.
So there is a world where my perspective on things can be a bit askew. However, coupled with what I experienced while I was there, while it may be one-sided, I highly doubt that it's so one-sided to the point where my assessment of it still was unfair.
And that is where I do disagree with him. Because if you listen to Armand's story with his receipts, mind you, Armand showed you proof. I disagree. I don't think it's fair for you to say that you still feel like your synopsis was right. Because you're only getting one side of a four-sided story. Because you have our side, Claudia's side, Armand's side, production side, and the truth is somewhere in the mix. So I disagree. That I do disagree on. But again, his overall response, I'm kind of with him.
A hardcore fact, regardless of how it came about, there was a roast that took place, and then the show never came back.
And again, here's where either A, you didn't listen to everything that Armand said, or B, you're still choosing to believe your friend's version of the story. Because what Armand told us, and I am telling you that this is the information I got as well, and I didn't get it from Armand Wiggins, there was an investigation going on before that roast even happened. Do I think that the roast might have been the final nail in the coffin? Sure. But the show was in trouble before the roast. There were already investigations before the roast. The ratings, the numbers were horrible before the roast. The chemistry was not great before the roast. There was a lot of strife and bullshit happening before the roast. I just think that, again,
there was a roast that took place and the show never came back. So it is reasonable for one to conclude that the roast was a contributing factor in the show.
Yes, a contributing factor, but that's not what you said in your interview with Carlos King. You put a lot on the roast. You never said it was 100% of the reason, but you did put a lot on that roast.
Not coming back. That's an irrefutable fact. There was a roast, and then the show never came back, unless I'm missing something.
You're missing something.
I did not watch Armand's video. I got a couple bits and pieces from friends. Me personally, I don't torture myself by sitting back and watching things where people are just going in on me. But my friend did send me a clip at the end where Armand was crying, and he was saying that nobody knows what he was going through and that he was catching it on all ends or both ends or something to that effect. And I 100% agree with him. And the position that you found yourself in, Armand, was the very position I was trying to prevent you from being in. Hence why I gave you all the information that you needed to navigate that space. See, the unfortunate thing is, you know, you've got one person who has made it their life's mission to be in all the comments responding to all the blogs, doing all the interviews, the first person to break the news that the show was canceled before the show was even officially canceled. The only person doing all the talking, you notice everybody else is quiet, and thus that's the person driving the narrative. You got swept up in some games that were being played before you entered the scene, and you made the choice to align yourself with the very side, and I'm going to reveal some stuff here. You chose to align yourself with the very person when you were auditioning who went to the execs and said, he does not like women. I feel threatened when working with this person. This person is not a good fit. And whether you know it or not, and despite how you may feel about Al at this point in time, it was Al who stood up for you and said, you know what? I have to draw the line here. It's one thing if you don't want to work with him. That's one thing. It's another thing for you to ruin his name with the whole Fox organization. Okay? Once that was revealed to me, that is when I started working on your behalf in the background. That's when I began texting Joyce, saying, Joyce, y'all would be a doggone fool not to hire Armand. Y'all would be a fool. He's the only one that can do it.
Now, mind you, Joyce is the producer that Armand said was in cahoots with Al Reynolds to begin with. So I find it interesting that Joyce is the person you were texting. And yes, for the person in the chat that said he did say there were other factors. I know he said there were other factors. But what I'm saying is I think he put a lot on the roast. And I don't know. I just think he put a lot more on the roast. But anyway, I'm gonna let it keep playing.
Then if you notice, when I posted that post on my Instagram and I said, Armand did so good, y'all. It's nobody else that can take my spot except Armand. That was all intentional, Armand. That was all intentional. That was me and Al working in the background to get you the job because she was working so hard for you not to get it. The PTSD from me being there, you even told me that she called you and said, don't think because you got a YouTube page and you got a YouTube following that means anything over here. The same one who said you were talking too much, that you need to dial it back, that you needed to fall back. You can take what I gave you. You can take it any way you want to take it. Based on the experience that I had there, I felt like I was doing you a service, not a disservice, by disclosing everything that I experienced when I was working there. You know, unfortunately, somehow or another, you were able to get swept up in a game that was much bigger than you. And honestly and truthfully, I felt like I prepped you good enough for you not to have got swept up in that. And I think what I see in you is also what I see in a lot of younger gays, is that they cling to these women thinking that these women gonna take them somewhere. And honestly and truthfully, you got swept up in her. That game caused that show to get canceled. Again, everybody wants me to speak on Al and condemn Al and all these different things. Listen, I am pretty sure that there is enough blame to go around. The stuff that is being said about Al, simply, I was not there. Okay, I wasn't there. I was not there. So whatever it is,
right. So the fact that you were not there means that you should be more open to understanding that there's more sides to this version of the story than what you have. And again, that's all our mom was trying to say to you. But here's my point when I say this goes back to maturity level. Armand, you had valid points, but your valid points got lost in the theatrics of the performance. And everybody don't have to agree with my opinion. But what I'm telling you is, had Armand said the exact same thing without all of the cussing and the name calling and the theatrics, number one, Funky might have actually listened to the whole damn thing. Number two, more of your message would have gotten across because a lot of your message got lost in the theatrics. Yes, we all love a good read. We all love a good cuss out. We all love a good performance. But at the end of the day, what you wanted was for people to understand your experience. And a lot of that got lost. And you can hear in what Funky is saying that it got lost for him because he got caught up in all of that. Ain't nobody going to sit there and keep listening to you cuss them out. You called that man all out his name. You said a lot of nasty things about Funky Dineva. Not just on his YouTube channel, but when he went over to Twitter, he really let it go. If y'all are on his Twitter spaces, oh baby, he really let it rip. So it got lost. So yes, Funky, you should have understood that there was more to this story, and that Al's version of the story didn't mean it was the only version of the story or it was the 100% version of the story. Period. There's a period at the end of that sentence. And you lost it with Funky's getting that with the theatrics. Because again, ain't too many people gonna sit there and keep listening to you call them out their name and all kinds of stuff.
Between the time that he was there, I don't know anything of that. When Al by himself was not the problem, all right? There was enough blame to be spread amongst everybody, if we're being honest. But when I was there, Al by himself was not the problem. Again, what transpired between January and that time that show got canceled with Al, I do not know. So I cannot speak on it. But I just find it unfortunate that even in me giving you some, what I felt to be constructive criticism, Armand, that you still found a way to uphold the very thing that I said what was holding you back. I hate that you went out like that. I really do. Because at the end of the day, while you were upset and you have the right to be upset, you endure it, and I give you credit. Walk into the middle of a SHIT storm armed with enough information. I honestly wish you would have just remained neutral and stayed out of it. That really would have been the best course of action, because you came into the situation in the middle of the story, and there is 2 years and a half, almost 3 years of story that happened before you got there.
And again, I think that's not fair, because again, if you listen to what Armand said, he didn't try to stay out of it, but he tried to heed to what y'all told him. He stayed away from Claudia in the beginning, according to him. He wasn't fucking with Claudia in the beginning, according to him. But again, he really was put in a really bad situation. And it goes back to what you said. When you did your interview with Carlos, you made it seem like things weren't that bad. Now, well, it was 2 years of history there. There's 2 years of this. It's 2 years of that. Again, I don't feel like I'm policing. And if you feel like I'm trying to police how Armand feels, that's fine. Let me say this. Maybe I am policing it. Let me say this. My point is, you get more bees with honey than with vinegar. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, what is my end game? What am I trying to get from this? What do I want to come out of this? You can come down. Listen, I can come down here every day and cuss people out on my YouTube channel. I had to learn. Tracy always jokes with y'all when y'all become a member. She always says, go back in those members only videos and find out when Really B used to cuss people out. I had to learn, and I did. I cuss people out, and there are times when I still want to cuss people out. That's the truth. But what I had to learn was, what is it that I really want to get out of this long term? Do I want my YouTube channel to grow? Do I want my YouTube channel to go into spaces where I can make more money and have more connection and more influence? I do. I could come down here every day and cuss people out. And I would probably have a really, niche audience that'll come and hear me cuss people out. But at the end of the day, will my channel grow from that? So you're right. Armand has every right to respond the way he wants to respond. The only point I'm making is, at the end of your response, what did you garner from it? What did you get out of it? And somebody earlier also said, well, how dare Funky come down here? Because he used to do the same thing. Exactly. And he's going to say that later on. I only have a few more minutes, y'all, because I really do have to get ready to get out of here. My sister's on her way. But if we don't get to that part, let me just say this. Funky said later on in his breakdown, he said, I had to learn, and I was trying to keep you from having to go down the road I went down. When me and Michelle Brown went at it, people were calling me, telling me, take that shit down. And for those of you who run around with him and Michelle were going at it, he was like, take that shit down. He said, I know the doors that got slammed in my face because of how I reacted and how I responded to Michelle Brown and the things I said to her and about her. So yes, Funky used to do that, and Funky ain't perfect, but y'all know I give it to Funky. He's not perfect, and he don't always make the best decisions either. But if somebody can try and stop you from walking down a road that they already went down because they know it's a dead end, that's all Funky was trying to say. That's all he was trying to say. And I'm not saying he's perfect, and he don't, like I said, we know he opens up his mouth and inserts his foot too. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying, listen, what I said yesterday is there's enough blame in this story for everybody. I don't think anybody walks away 100% right. But this is Funky's response, and this is my reaction to his response. And again, I know people, we think differently, and I love y'all for it because ain't nobody being disrespectful. So I love y'all for it. But I just wanted to address it. I'm going to let this play for a minute. Let me put my shoes on, y'all.
And that's what I was trying to give you, Armand. And the very thing that I was trying to prevent by giving you the information is the very thing that you fell victim to. And I still think, based on your response, you don't even see how you got played in all of this. I can't even be mad with you because you are a victim. I have to give you that. You are legitimately a victim in this situation. You got played in one of the worst ways. You did. And unfortunately, in getting swept up in a game that you did not understand, I guess the fair thing to say is that all three of y'all collectively got that show canceled. Nevertheless, Armand, as far as I'm concerned, I see you're hurt. I hate that you're hurt. If my words caused you any duress and or stress, I sincerely apologize. That was not my intent.
And y'all know that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Do not apologize to me with the word if. You clearly upset that man. You clearly hurt him. You clearly caused him probably more stress and more whatever. He clearly felt some kind of way. So it's not an if, Funky. It's a, I'm sorry that my words hurt you. It was not my intention. But I hate the if. Y'all know how I about an if apology? Ooh.
I really was trying to big you up and give you a bit of constructive criticism on the side. You didn't take it that way. But me being just a little older and a bit more mature about it, this is not one of those situations where I'm going to take back what I said, because what I said was said from a place of love, and it was said to only benefit you. And now I'm going to have to actually double down on it, dog. There is a maturity piece, Armand, that's missing, man. And I'm saying this with so much love. It was missing with that rant, and it was missing with your response to me. Yeah, you got one off. You got one off. You did. You read me for filth. Yada, yada. You feel good? I hope you do. But you're not going to get nothing for it. That's the thing. And like, people are watching. So now he's volatile. He's going to be uneasy to work with. Whenever we hire him, he's going to go off of the deep end. And that's why I'm extending grace, compassion, empathy, and sympathy for you. Like, dog, you got to step that maturity piece up, Armand. Say it with love. Now, you can read me for filth again. You cannot heed to it. But I promise you, there's no ill intent. I've been there. I remember the way I showed my ass when I went through that Michelle Brown situation. I remember Dimitri and Lucas calling me, texting me, saying, Funky Dineva, I am in a lot of journalism circles right now, and you need to take that down. This looks very bad. Everybody is talking about you. You look very volatile. I remember my agent calling me saying, what are you doing? I remember the doors that got closed in my face because I behaved that way. Because you are another black gay man in this space that is being recognized, I was trying to help you. And I won't apologize for that. I was trying to help you. And I'm still trying to help you. Like I said, I'm not mad. You can pick up the phone today, tomorrow, and call me, and I promise you, we can talk about it and go get a drink. Black man, I want you to know, I see your hurt. I'm sorry for anything that I may have contributed to that hurt, but my intentions were pure. And I hope that we can get past this. Because like I said, I don't feel no ways tired about it. I'm not bothered. It didn't move me none. I get it, and I just wish things hadn't been the way it was. With that being said, that's all I got left on it, y'all. That really.
Okay. So again, I saw some other people in the comments. Yes, we know that there were other issues with Funky Dineva, and I'm gonna be honest with you. That was the one thing that I was a little disappointed in with that interview. I felt like Funky did not address some of the rumors, and I mean, there are things that he's talked about publicly on his channel. So I kind of was surprised that they didn't get into, why he left Atlanta. Like, I understood him not talking about Michelle Brown. Like, I understood him not getting into that. But I kind of thought it would be more of a, hey, this is what happened kind of thing. And I know he's done a couple of interviews over the last couple of weeks, which tells me that he is gearing up for something. Because I think he's done a couple of other podcasts. And Funky is generally very private. He generally doesn't do a lot of interviews and things like that. So I noticed that he has been doing a few more of those. So again, it makes me feel like he said he wants to get a talk show. He's moving back to Atlanta. Makes me feel like he is gearing towards that. And so I really thought he was going to use Carlos's platform to sort of put things out there. And say, hey, yeah, I did this in my past. That happened, that happened, that happened. Because look, you can't spray me with my own tea, right? So he has on his platform spoken to those things. So I kind of was surprised that those things weren't addressed. But neither here nor there. This isn't about Funky. This is about the Armand thing. Again, could all of it been handled better? Sure. From everybody. Sure. I see people saying he could have called Armand privately. He could have. But he was in an interview. He was asked about it. He gave an answer. It wasn't like he said, let me break this. Let me cuss Armand out. He was asked the question and he answered it. You know what I mean? He was asked the question and he answered it. But again, I'm not saying Funky's all right and Armand is all wrong. And I'm not saying Armand is all wrong and Al is all right. I think I told y'all the other day, I think there's enough. I think there's enough in this story to go around and around and around. Yes, there's definitely a pattern of behavior here that, yes. With that being said, you guys, let me get ready to get out of here. Like I said, my sister is on her way. My mother just called me. So let me call her back. Let me see see how far out my sister is. He played a big part in why Kai and T.S. Madison fell out. No, he didn't. No, I disagree with that too, Feisty. I disagree with that. Let me tell you something. Kaya and T.S. Madison were going to fall out, period. That's a full stop. That was never going to work long term. Their personalities were never going to work long term. When that situation actually happened, Funky Dineva didn't have nothing to do with that. Funky Dineva didn't have anything to do with the final when that night that they got into that argument with the whole situation with T.S. Madison wanting to update the equipment for the Monique interview. That was not Funky Dineva. Now, I ain't going to say that Funky, he had a hand in. No, he didn't. In my opinion. In my opinion, too, Feisty, I don't think he did. That situation that happened between Kaya and T.S. Madison was going to happen. Period. That was just going to happen. Right. Kaya can't get along with no damn body. Exactly. He helped Maddie save that brand. Listen, I don't know too Feisty. I'm not sure exactly what you're speaking on specifically, and maybe you know something I don't know. So I can say that. But if from my recollection, when the night that they actually physically fell out, we don't have time to get into it. Okay, boo. The night that they actually physically fell out was the night of that Monique interview. And T.S. Madison wanted to upgrade the equipment. She wanted a more professional look, because she always had plans to try to make that a show, make it ready for TV type situation. She wanted to make it a production. The equipment wasn't working right. The show wasn't going right. Her and Kaya blew up at each other. Kaya was already, Chief, thank you. Kaya was already having issues because she didn't like the direction that the show was going into. Kaya is homophobic. So at some point, that was going to blow up. And Kaya is a self-saboteur. Right? Kaya wasn't paying the money. Kaya wasn't paying her half of the stuff. It's just a lot. It was a lot going on. And again, too Feisty, you may know something I don't know. You said we ain't got time to get into it. That's cool. But with that being said, you guys, thank y'all for being here. Now, listen, y'all, they're not letting me download. They're making me pay for this. Y'all said I can get this for free. The MGM Plus. Y'all said I can get it for free through my Prime. But they're trying to make me pay for it. They're trying to make me do a free trial. I don't want to do a free trial. But I thought I could get this with Amazon Prime. You too Feisty Boo. Computers can mess you up. You don't update equipment on yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, but that's where, Kaya learned that. I mean, shoot, not Kaya. Maddie learned that one the hard way, child. She learned that lesson. Yeah, it's not. Maybe I need to do it from my computer. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to do it from my computer before I get out of here. Thank y'all so much. I will see y'all later. Talk to y'all later. It's not free. The channel is on Prime. Oh, got it. The channel is on Prime. Got it. Okay. If you set it up on a new Fire Stick, child, You said it was $199 with Prime. Oh, Yana said, they trying to charge me $9.99. Child, I might have to, I might not watch that one. I might have to watch. They says I might have to, I don't know. I have to see how bad I want to watch it. Anyway, y'all, let me talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe. Donations are not required, but they are accepted. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.